Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Okay, we are on a firewood mission, but since we have to go down the creek and I have no idea about the ice conditions, we're gonna send Mrs. Osta in the Sherp first. We got the 6-foot box of the Defender to bring wood back, but its floating capability is in question. So we're gonna send the Sherp, and she can go out in front. And if there's any issues, I can spot them before I follow her with the Defender. Now it might break through here. That means nothing. That's a beaver dam. So, and right here is the low level crossing. So it's only a foot deep here anyways. So what I'm concerned about is man, there's like a few inches of water and a little tiny bit of ice on top of the good ice. Crazy. So we have to go and around the corner, and look at that one's almost standing dead. There's a couple really nice standing dead trees, and I'll show you where the beavers have chewed them off. So I'll come down here and you just make your way, and I'll just try to follow you, and just stay right in the middle. And yeah, if there's any questionable ice, you'll fall through and it'll be all good. Man, there's water in this light. It's ice, it's frozen, but so funny. Okay.
Okay, we brought the big dogs.
Yeah, we got the big one. Okay, do you guys see? Okay, we'll get up closer, but look at the size of that tree. Like, that's like a, I don't know, 70 footer, 80 footer. But the beavers, we'll get up close, but the beavers almost have it chewed all the way through. So we're gonna cut that sucker down before it falls down. Okay, so that guy obviously has still got green branches. So he's gonna cure, and we'll burn them next year. So just down there is all those trees I was talking about. There's like 5 or 6 in a row, all leaning out. Yeah. They're all standing dead. So those ones we'll be able to burn this year. I wasn't fooled by, were you fooled by our first, was it called false spring? It happens not every year, but in usually later February and March, it warms right up and you're like, spring's here. And then you look at the long-term forecast, we're back into the -20s overnight. Highs of like -14 during the day.
Don't dampen my...
I'm sorry, but it's just the truth, man. It's like you get a little bit of reprieve and then all of a sudden, pow. So
okay, but April
will be nice.
Yeah.
But for the next 6 weeks, we're almost completely out of wood, which we usually never are. So we need wood for the next 6 weeks. So that's what we're doing today.
All right. I want to get a closer look.
That's what I'm talking about.
This is a big boy.
It is. It really is.
It's like they carved something. Look at this thing.
Isn't that freaking crazy? Worst comes to worst, it falls that way. Look at this one. A rotten one they chewed.
Why though? So weird.
It must be for material for the dam.
Look,
this
there's
one over
one.
here. Pretty good sized one. Chewed.
That'd be good firewood too.
Yeah. A little one chewed. Little one back there chewed. Crazy. One, look down there. Can you see? Chewed.
Can't really.
Wow. Unreal.
Guess they really want to keep this water. You know?
Because if you guys didn't know, like poplars, they'll chew them, they'll fall, they'll chew the branches off, they'll eat those branches all, and any sort of like nice trees, like we don't really have a lot of like, sort of like elm and maple here, but I think they eat all those too. Other places, they eat the crap out of those. So if you try to grow nice trees, they just eat them. Yeah, it's looking good. It's almost going already. Holy cow!
Woohoo! Success!
Cow!
Success!
Holy smokes!
That's what they used to make bridges out of.
Across to the other side. Wow!
That's the bridge.
Holy, do we have a pile of work ahead of us?
He's like, whoo, okay, what?
Look at you guys. Woohoo! Here's me for scale. Oh my goodness. Wow. There is a lot of wood in this tree.
Some of those branches are under extreme pressure. I don't know about these ones, but those ones close to the shore there were freaking. Oh, that one.
I was holding a lot of weight.
Yeah. So now we gotta go get the measuring tape because you need to measure.
Yes.
Plus.
And then you guys put your guesses right now. Go to the comments and put what you thought just from the video. Pause it. Do your little, I'm 6 feet. And then do your little thing and see what you think. And then we'll measure it and we'll put it in.
I'm 6 feet. So every guy is 6 feet tall.
No, because you can measure. He's 6 feet, so you go like this to him. Then you go 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36.
Oh, okay. That's a guy thing. All right, he just couldn't help himself.
Okay. You still have time to get your guesses in. Look at that, it's pretty straight. Holy, 85 feet.
Wow.
Wow. Well, 84'6".
All right.
So minus 6 inches for the things. 84 feet.
The mystery is solved.
That's taller than I thought, man. Man, another 6 feet, that's a 90-footer.
Wow.
But if you look at the trees beside it, those are big trees.
That one's a big one
Wow.
right there.
Okay, so officially we're going to say 84. So if you have 84 in the comments, you get a special heart and a good job. But don't cheat and go after it. Don't go down there now and put 84.
Okay. So,
okay. When you go buy a second or third chainsaw and your wife says, you don't need that. So what's really cool about, we've worked with Blue Eddy for quite a while. This is our old AC 180. It's a really great size. It's not super heavy. It's great to take along. But it's like unlimited cutting. This is an unlimited fuel source. It probably charged this thing like 5 or 6 times. And you get a lot of cuts out of this 15 amp hour. Although this big monster, it does rip through the battery pretty quick. So I'm just going to use my smaller one for limbing. So when you go buy a second chainsaw and your wife's like, you don't need a chainsaw. Be like, this is my limbing saw. This is my felling saw. And then maybe you have a couple other ones as backup.
and then you'd have those people that are like, you use gas saws.
Yeah. I have an MS361, like a beautiful still. And since I got battery ones, it hasn't been. I might as well sell it. It hasn't been started forever, but it is a good backup. But electricity never goes. So the sun never goes anywhere. When you have solar panels that you can put power back into these, literally, you can use these for 10 years. Like, man, I'm telling you, it's pretty good. Once you run out of gas, if there's no gas to get, your gas cell's done. But power, the sun's not going anywhere, so it's a pretty good argument for get some solar panels in a power box. So okay, we gotta limb the heck out of this. Okay, so like I said, I didn't want to deal with that Beaver because I wasn't sure what was going to happen, so I did my cut up here. My hinge is pretty good. You can tell it's a little bit off, but I had good hinge wood there. So you could tell I kind of screwed up on my wedge cut, but look at my back cut. And the saw with a 20-inch bar couldn't reach through. I had to finish it on this side. But look at, just perfect.
Mint.
Well, not perfect, but it worked perfect.
Perfect for you. It's just, what do we say?
Close enough.
Close enough. Close enough,
Look at
Beg.
this sucker, you guys. Mrs. Oss is like, it'd be nice to cut this, but man, you'd need a 36-inch bar to cut it down here. Or you'd have to try to cut it and walk all the way around. You'd have to go through 3 chains.
You can do it.
But yeah, perfect little, just a perfect stool in the shop.
It's just like a story, you know, behind it.
If you want to show people a story, they just got to come out here and look at it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we'll try to burn all the branches. All the lower ones are pretty dead, but all the taller ones are pretty green. But if you guys know pine needles, they have all the, I don't know what the proper term is, all the sap in them. And that stuff burns like gasoline, so we got it away so there's no big trees around us, even though chances of a forest fire in winter are 0, but try to always be safe as possible. Some of these branches are freaking 14 feet long. Okay, we'll pick back up when the suckers roar, and I'm gonna keep dragging branches over here. All right, that's like maybe 2 minutes. She's going good. That's maybe 1/3 of the branches. Oh, maybe a bit more. We almost got this whole half. I don't know if we're just gonna drag the other ones over there and do another fire there. We'll see. Maybe it'll be just as easy to just drag them over here. It's gonna be a big pile. Okay, this is like a John Deere 944 skidder. I'm not sure if those are the numbers of John Deere skidder, but holy smokes, you guys. Man, we almost got it. I did all those big, those ones were like all small trees there. There's just this tiny little bit in the middle, and then a couple up on the other bank. Yes. Yeah, the fire warms you up, but also just dragging trees. Man, me and Mrs. also work, man. Heck yeah. I'm gonna cut all these ends off and then flip them up over. But what a great way to get rid of all the limbs. In like an hour, this will just be a pile of ash instead of the entire, well, once it thawed, it would have just flowed downstream anyways. The beavers probably would have loved it. They'd be like, oh, look at all this free dam material. But F you beavers, you gotta finish the job next time. Holy, see how much that's burnt down? It's been maybe 50 minutes total. Okay, here we go. Okay, now she's lined up so she could back up and then, but man, it's doing the same thing. I'm gonna end up cutting it like right about there somewhere. There could be a stump under the snow right there, because it sure seems like it's not wanting to skid. Okay, I cut off that last 10 feet. Now I wish I would have tried with the Defender. Okay, here we go. So perfect. Look at the size of that log.
Didn't get any plywood.
Yes, we gotta come back and get those suckers.
Yeah.
Those guys over there.
This took a little bit longer than we anticipated.
As soon as I dropped it, I'm like, that is a lot of wood.
But look how good we did.
So I consolidated this for last time. That will burn down, like I said, right to ash. But the pile used to go from there to over there, so yeah, and like almost no debris left, just a few little ends and the top of the tree up there. All in all, that was freaking awesome. Yeah, definitely. Just go get some dry stuff. That was super fun. But hey, we're not home yet. So I'll follow Mrs. Austin. She's gonna try to drag that sucker all the way home, so we'll see how that goes. Here's the one Beaver down. Oh, dang. soon as the snow went away, that's where our traction went. So we'll just cut it. See, that's exactly what I have that strap for a fuse. So if anything gets too crazy, boom, that breaks. We'll just cut it, so back up a little. Okay, plan B. We're gonna try to drag it through the field. Then we're gonna deal with the ice. And also I cut it. So. Awesome. Oh, the Sherpa's staying up on top so good. All right. Almost home. All right. We might buck the other one up because if you guys know, dragging it down a gravel road obviously is going to put a bunch of rocks in the bark, so might be a little tough on the chains. But we got the first part home. It's going to be dark in like 20 minutes, so we'll go get that second chunk tomorrow. Hopefully it doesn't fall through the ice tonight. Good job, good job.
But let's say, truth be known, I've never pulled a log.
I don't know if I videoed you guys. She was towing it by a steep part of the ditch and it rolled all the way down the ditch and it twisted off our tow strap, and so we had to dick around and rehook it up and drag it back up onto the road. But perfect. After that, perfect. Yeah.
Okay, so we don't know where to go, so.
Are we gonna go get it? We'll get it tomorrow. It's gonna be dark in 20 minutes.
True.
Yeah. Okay.
Still on the ice, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
And we got all our stuff, right?
Yep. Chainsaws, everything, power box, chargers.
High fives on that. We did a good job.
Yeah, good job. All right, day 2. We got half pull.
Recovery mission from the first day.
Yeah, we got more wood to get. So if you look at the water, it does not look very awesome, but we'll give her a shot.
Lifting that piece.
I don't know. Hopefully we could just roll it.
Look at it.
I know they're big and they're heavy. Should be it. Oh yeah. Yeah. Those are big suckers. Okay, we'll try to. Here's my plan, anyways, to just roll it in, except for.
Oh, roll it into the.
Yeah, into the
sleds. Yeah, not so bad.
Oh yeah.
But like lifting that up and putting in the Defender, forget.
Even both of us, because it's so awkward to get a handle. I don't know if we'd be able to.
Are you gonna?
Those are really heavy.
Are you gonna try and lay it or sit it so it's on the flat?
So.
Okay.
I don't know.
Just so that I'm thinking, so that they won't roll out is all. But
yeah, that might be better.
Yeah. Look at those. Look at those benches.
I know. Hey, look, this is like
Jesus.
Woo, one done. Man, I hope I get 3 of these in there.
It'll fit. Perfect.
You think so? It's gonna be tight.
So the rest are going in the Defender?
Yeah, well, a few for sure. We might have to make another trip. It's a lot of wood.
Deceiving me.
I wasn't kidding when I said we had a lot of work ahead of us. Okay, ready?
Yeah. Boom!
Oh,
look at this.
like
Perfect.
Built like it.
All the little chairs.
Okay, I'll cut, I don't know, 6 more.
Okay.
And then we got to try to lift this up there.
I didn't catch him He-Manning up the freaking log up there, so.
That's the hardest one.
That was a big one.
It's a thick one, plus I think it's a couple inches. These ones look easy.
Okay.
Easier. Still not really easy, but.
Super dense. Oh, look at him. He's like, oh.
How's that back?
You could have just rolled it over. Just trying to get good shot for the video.
Pull the defender closer.
Okay.
Okay, I'll throw these out and then we'll see the defender.
Okay, yeah, what's the difference?
Look how size these look.
I mean, the thing is, you do have to think about having to lift it up that high.
Yeah, true.
So, it's that
should come
high
up with a
compared to that high.
Sort of little winch and ramp system.
Yes.
You bang a thing in, hooks it, and it just drags it up a ramp.
Maybe if we had more things that we were burning wood for, maybe. But, and also, if you're actually going for firewood, you wouldn't be taking down a tree like this.
Yeah, a wet tree.
Right.
Yeah, we just took it down because it's gonna blow down anyways.
And
it's really good wood, and
for the look of like how big of a tree he could cut down. Is that a man thing? Yeah.
It was a very nice sized tree. Hey, in the comments you let me know. It was a nice sized tree. 85 footer. 84? I can't remember now.
It was 84 or 85, yeah.
84'6", I think.
All right, so this
So
guy.
my goal in life is to cut down over 100 footer.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's only 15 more feet.
Got it.
Do you think we'll find that in Saskatchewan?
We'll go cut down your favorite tree.
No. You guys, can you see the top of it there? That's Saskatchewan's largest tree. If you guys don't know, it's the biggest tree in Saskatchewan.
It isn't.
Guys, it's like 12 feet around at the bottom. It's
It is.
insane.
It is pretty big, but
I think I've shown it in another video, but
he's got to think about this
if you
tree.
ever come, ostacruisers, if you come compete in our team style race in the spring,
Over there.
ask to see Saskatchewan's largest tree.
Hey.
I'll take you there.
Also, can we add to this video that anybody that wants to see team style races over there,
Yes.
put the comment in the
3 riders, 3 helpers. It's gonna be freaking
three.
awesome.
Okay. Boom. Just like that.
That's it?
That's it. She's done. Mint. Beauty day. Okay, it's the last log from over there.
No, over there.
Over there.
Yeah.
To here, to here, to home. All right. So typically it wouldn't take us 2 days, but a couple of unforeseen issues with the water. This year has been a little different.
I'm not complaining. It took us 2 days.
No.
Okay. Whew. Some good splitting. And we have that other Sorry. That other huge log over there. Heck yeah. All right, good work. So, cutting all this wood just makes me even more curious about outdoor wood boilers. So, I don't know if I told you, but we have a chance to go up and check out a guy that's had one for, I think it's since 2011 or something. So, about 14 years he's had an outside wood boiler. So, we're going to run up there and check out his whole setup and see how he uses wood.
Free heat.
Yeah, free heat, exactly. Uses wood to heat his entire house and his entire shop. So, all right, stay tuned in the second part of the video.
All right.
Okay, hello, Peter, Dave. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Future awesome people like that we like to be creative just like you. You know,
Yes.
I try my best, but I'm not a perfect, you know.
He just gave us a quick rundown of all the stuff he's built. He built a lot of stuff at Elk Ridge, and if you guys know the area, very, very cool up there, and all logs, just beautiful, beautiful stuff up there. So today we're here to talk about the wood boiler, and Brian's here, and actually Brian sells these wood boilers at Heat Smart Plus in PA, so very cool that these guys are here to give us all this information.
Yeah.
So all I'm really curious about is, what do you figure you save? Say like we had almost a month of minus 40. Like that stuff, when you're running natural gas, okay, natural gas is one thing, it's not too bad. But when you're running propane or electric heat, that's really when you start plowing through your utility bills. So what do you figure you pay for an outdoor wood boiler per month in the winter,
Like
approximately?
What I pay for it?
Yeah.
Or
how much you save. I'm sorry, I totally, yeah, totally. It's like,
probably to heat my house,
Which is how many square feet?
total about 5,000.
So 5,000.
so very large house. And the shop.
And the shop is about 1,600 square feet.
Okay.
And we use it to heat, obviously, our slabs, our forced air, our domestic water. And then I have, it's not finished yet, but there's also a swimming pool.
Oh wow, I'm excited. I want to see
So
that.
probably you'd be looking at ballpark, I would say 8,000 a year if you were actually heating with natural gas.
Oh yeah, and I would even say that'd be conservative for 5,000 to 1,600. Yeah.
We don't have natural gas
Yep,
here. I do
yep.
have propane here
Oh, gotcha.
because we do have a reasonable backup system for the house.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
But it literally it never gets used.
yeah,
So
yeah.
It's I've been running this now since 2012 here, 2011. It's probably, this is a 2013 model, so it's 2013 we'd have to say. 2013.
So basically, your heating bills are just your sweat labor.
Yes.
Yeah, basically logs and a little circulating pump, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
basically
exactly,
what it is.
yeah.
It is circulating pump. And because obviously I'm in log and timber work,
Yes.
most of this is
free,
residual.
basically.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
already
So
doing it. It's
makes
awesome,
extra
right?
sense for you.
Awesome.
So guys, if you don't know, so the boiler heats the wood, and then coolant lines go underground, buried, insulated. Obviously a set goes over to the shop, a set goes over to the house. So what's very cool is when we moved up to Lake, we built in 2004, and in 2007 we moved up there. We just built a cabin, and Brian did our geothermal. So very, very cool. So we've known Brian a long, long time, and it was very similar. We had our boreholes that brought the thing up, but same thing. We had insulated lines that went over to the shop. The unit was mounted in the house, and yeah, it worked quite well. We used a lot of wood, especially in the winter. We used a lot of wood to supplement wood heat. There's nothing better than wood heat, in my opinion, for drying you out, keeping you warm. But yeah, very cool.
It'll heat you no matter what the weather, no
Yeah.
matter how cold it is. Throw the log in the fire.
Usually they say heats you twice, right? Once when you're processing it and once when you're burning it.
That's what they say.
Which
Yeah.
we just did, and we had a great time. We went out and we
Oh,
got
it's
some-
always a good time going to get wood. Yeah,
down
for
wood
sure.
on the Garden River. It was
And for
great.
Peter, it's all just here, so it's even less work.
Well, and this is what I do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's perfect.
Yeah.
And you can heat more than one building with it. With geothermal, you heat that building that it's in.
Yeah,
Whereas this, you could heat multiple buildings. Your home, your
Yeah,
garage,
this
your
is-
greenhouse,
Yeah,
your
exactly.
chicken house, multiple things. And all the messes outside.
Yeah.
All the dangers
And not
outside.
only
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
you're getting exercise, so you're keeping, your weight under control. It's
No,
all weight
no,
management.
none of that. Just kidding. I need to get on more of that
Well,
program.
put it this way. I'm 64 and I can outdo any 30-year-old.
Exactly.
Yes, yes,
You know
no
what?
kidding.
It's all
Very true.
Perfect.
Whoops. You got a good puff of smoke there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what? It smells good. though.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
love that smell. Like we
Yeah.
have wood for fireplace just because of like. Just
Yeah,
like-
when we were building,
Yeah.
we were gonna do all gases. Like we have to have at least one, and we use it all the time because it's out in the patio. We use it all the time, for sure. Okay, so as far as lengths, these are approximately 36-inch, or
Yeah, the smaller wood I usually do in that, and then the bigger wood, obviously, I'll cut smaller pieces.
oh yeah, gotcha. Oh yeah,
So-
some larger stuff there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Open
yeah.
it up right now.
And the nice thing about the way he does his wood is he puts it in pallets and brings it up here. So the mess isn't up here. He's
Oh,
not
exactly.
processing wood.
Yeah,
He can
yeah.
process it in his wood yard.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
just bring these crates or boxes, you call them,
Yeah.
up here as he needs them. I think it's a great way to do it.
Oh yeah, load them out in the yard, and then you just haul them right in here. Easy to throw in.
No, I think is it just shutting down?
So these are, if I understand, they have a fan that also controls.
Yeah, you can see the fire in there.
Oh yeah, it's a big wood box in there.
So how often then do you have to feed it?
Once in the morning, once at night.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I get typically anywhere from 12 to 14 hours burn out of it,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
and that's with 40 below.
Oh wow.
So as you
Yeah.
can see, there's
Yeah,
very,
today
very
would
little,
not be.
Yeah, very little wood in there right now,
Yeah.
because that's all that'll last till the end of the day,
Oh yeah.
right?
So how do you regulate your temperatures in the house then? with this?
Thermostat.
Yeah, thermostat. It calls for heat when it needs it.
Is it close?
But does it push the heat? Like, say if you put so much wood. So say if I fully loaded that thing, where does the excess heat go then?
Well, it would only because there's a gauge in the back,
Yeah.
right, that you set for whatever temperature. So mine is set at 165.
Okay.
So once it hits 165, the fan shuts off.
So yeah, so it uses a
it'll
fan to
just
sort of
Okay.
yeah to modulate the heat. Yes, very cool system that
Nice.
way.
And then how this is obviously the clean out trap here.
That's your ashtray. Yes.
Okay. And
that-
how many times like do you have to clean that out?
Typically, when it's getting lots of use, I'll do it about every 10 days.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And that depends a bit on what the wood that you're burning in. So pine creates very little ash.
Yeah.
Spruce creates more ash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Poplars.
poplar creates
Yeah.
even
Yeah,
more
the
ash,
most.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
it comes down to your wood, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And as far as I was also thinking of sort of the off-grid aspect of it too. Say some stuff goes down, it'd be very easy to power your circulating pump and keep everything
Yes.
warm with no power. Like, you know, it just takes so little power. You could run a little
How many
power box, a small generator.
Well, here it is. I mean, there's just the pump, two pumps.
Couple
Yeah.
amps. The smallest
Yeah.
generator you carry in one hand would run your entire heat system.
Yeah,
Even the
exactly.
Blue Eddy?
Oh yeah, for sure. Blue
There
Eddy
you
run
go.
it for a long time. Or like you said, a little gas generator, use nothing for fuel. And you know, say especially in the winter, it's 40 below. It doesn't take long for a place to cool off when the power goes out, and it goes out once in a while. What? Punch yourself in the face?
I just wondered if I smeared my mascara across my face. I never wear makeup and my eyes are
And it
watering
just
right
looks
now.
like
Oh yeah.
ash.
Yeah.
I'll just be like this. Okay, we're going in the bush.
Okay, so up here is the heat exchanger, and Brian's just going to give us a little information on.
What happens is the gases come up on the back left-hand side. They travel all the way to the front. They do a 180-degree turn and go all the way to the back. What's interesting about this model is it's side-by-side heat exchanger, and of course your hottest gases are going to be at the top.
Yeah.
Some of the other models out there will have them stacked up, and so they lose out on 50% of the heat exchange area by them being stacked up instead of side-by-side.
Gotcha.
There's a baffle in the back of the firebox that the gases have to go under first, and then they come up on, like I say, on the left side, come all the way to the front, and go back out on the right and up and out the stack.
Up the stack.
And we exit below the roof line. We don't go up through the roof. Some of them go up through the roof. They cut their heat exchanger short.
Oh, gotcha.
And,
a lot of the heat's
less-
going up out. Oh,
and then
gotcha.
You got a hole in your roof too.
So
Lots of experience.
yeah, lots of sort of science going into getting the max heat into the coolant from the wood.
Yes.
Very cool.
Exactly.
So where are these made, Brian?
These are made in southern Manitoba.
Okay.
Oh, very cool.
So Canadian product.
Yeah, the drier wood. So
Oh, yeah.
the having more seasoned wood makes sense because it'll burn more of the
Obviously,
smoke.
yeah.
And that's another feature in this one here is it has 2.5 inches of refractory brick all the way around the base of the fire. So the refractory brick absorbs the heat.
Yeah.
And then it gives that heat back to the fire. And we know that fire needs heat to burn.
Yeah.
50 to 60% of the energy is in the smoke. So it's critical to burn the smoke.
Gotcha.
And you need heat to burn it. We follow the fire triangle.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You need the,
You know what? It's called the tetrahedron. I don't know if you know that, but in my training,
sorry.
it's
I was just
good.
I was soaking it
we had to
all in.
take fire training all the time, and we would kind of joke about it. But yeah, it's funny. You need the three: the chemical reaction, the heat. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. You are
Yeah.
right on, bang on. there.
But we didn't have to create it. We just get to, take advantage of somebody else's really great awesomeness.
What are you talking about?
Somebody else created something amazing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't have to create it.
Yeah, very cool and very interesting. Yeah, I just want to come today and just get a little bit more information on these things because they are a very economical way to heat and especially large places.
And right now, the cost of heating our
Yeah,
house
it's
is
never going
awesome.
down. It's one of those things you just know it's not going
Right?
down.
And we don't know what's going to happen with the
Yeah,
grid. You never know,
exactly,
so let's just
exactly.
inform ourselves, right?
Very cool. Well, I want to thank Peter and Brian. That was very cool. It was a very cool run through. And some of the stuff I already knew, but some of the stuff with the gases and the efficiency and stuff, I had no idea. So very cool. Thank you very much, Mrs. Osta.
And you learned about gardening.
Your nose is red. It's cold out here. Like, guys, it has been warm for the last week, and it's like minus 14 right now. It is cold.
My eyes are watering.
My fingers froze right off holding this phone. But anyways, okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
He was just kind of showing us around here. Of course, everything's just beautiful. This guy's like a master carpenter here. Did all these timbers himself. So it's a timber frame building, but it's also stucco on the outside. It's a very unique look. And then look at this pool, you guys. So he's just in the process of finishing. This is kind of the last room to finish here. But he's got like a endless pool. Look at how deep that thing is. It's got to be like 8 or 9 feet deep. And then those two big jets create a current, so you have an endless current to swim against. Basically the best workout ever. So, and just like he said, he's just picking away, doing everything himself, all the tile, all the casings. So almost there. Very, very cool. Crazy. We lived up here for 13 years and would have been only a couple miles away from where Peter is, where we are right now, but just never crossed paths. So very cool that we do now. It's like a rock fireplace, just all rock, all hand split and cut. Very nice. I was like more like rock versus the kind of full rock. Actual rock looks so dang good, but very nice. Look at the kitchen. Very cool. Well, it's very awesome. He invited us here and showed us around. It was very, very cool. So here's the mechanical room, guys. So from the outside wood boiler, here's where the lines come in, and then everything. So as far as boiler, that's mostly just circulating, or so it uses heat from the wood. But what does that box do?
Well, that is an actual boiler. So if the fire were to go out,
Oh, it's your backup.
that will kick in.
Gotcha.
Right, and create my heat. So what
Gotcha.
it's doing now, it's actually controlling everything without firing.
Yeah.
Right?
Gotcha.
So it controls
Zones.
Indirect needs heat. It controls the forced air.
Gotcha.
Which is our air handling.
Yeah, so he's got hydronic forced air as well.
So the same thing with the slab heat. It controls everything.
Yeah.
But it doesn't actually fire.
Fire, gotcha.
Right? So it thinks that the temperature is the right temperature
Yeah.
because the boiler is running through.
Exact. So it never turns the flame on, never uses. Oh, gosh, that's a very, very smart way to do that. So you have your backup that just only ever turns on in the event that your wood boiler cools down to a certain temperature. So yeah, I really love well set up utility rooms because I know how much work it is.
And spacious too. So
Yes.
many people
Yeah, ours
cram
is
in,
Yes.
they
really
can't
tight.
hardly work on it.
Yeah. Lots of space.
We have a mechanical room in the shop as well that which we could have been into, but again, it's fully set up. And then there's another mechanical room on the other end here.
Yeah, like
Because there's also the swimming pool, the water system,
Gotcha.
the RO system.
Yep.
We have like that there is a security monitor.
Oh, yeah.
With cameras everywhere.
Password,
And
just
then
kidding.
we have, 2 panels here. One's a generator panel because I have a big
Backup generator.
diesel generator.
Yeah,
that runs
yeah, we have the generator.
Yeah.
as well, right?
I think you have to kind of cover all your
Yep.
bases.
Very cool. Yeah.
You cover
But
everything.
yeah,
He has the best of both worlds. He has in-floor heating through the whole house or the floor, but also forced air to
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
come on
we do
now.
too.
Yeah.
So our whole upstairs is run off of forced air, and then the main floor and the shop is all.
Yeah.
enclosed.
And like we said, especially in winter as well, where you talk about wood heat, in my opinion, floor heat is the best in the winter as well, because it naturally heat rises and your feet are warm. Like right now we're standing here, your feet are
Oh,
warm
it's
as
awesome.
yeah. Hey,
Okay.
another
So
utility
this
room.
is what my dream is to have a pool too. So
Just explaining to us, like, those two giant pumps are for the swim jets for the pool, and then that water heater there. You run a solar setup that will be in the summer,
Yeah, solar, and then the wood boiler in the winter. Well, wood boiler and the solar
in the winter
in the winter as well.
to heat that pool. So that's gonna be just a giant hot tub then.
Pretty much.
in cement. Look at this. Like, it's so cool.
Yeah,
You get the whole view of what you got going in.
very
there.
well set
All
up,
the
and then a
difference.
whole RO system by Sapphire Water. Same people that we use for ours. And ours has been working great. Oh, it's only been 5 years, but very good. Like,
Yeah, like you produce the water, and then it's not. You don't have to wait for it to produce.
and the quality of water, like I was saying, like we have big glass doors, and I don't know if we've ever even washed them in 5 years. Like, we squeegee them after a shower, but there's no residue. Everything, a RO system, a well set up RO system it pays for itself in no time. Very, very nice.
Well, this has been here now for 10 to 12 years.
Yep.
For,
Nice. Have you had to swap out your membranes?
yes.
Yeah, gotcha. We're probably we thought we had to, so we ordered some, and then the guy came and checked out. He said, no, your membranes are good. So we have them, but we just haven't swapped them out yet. So
So what kind of well do you have here?
a water well.
It's a
Just
big
kidding.
No, but all right. So overall,
That was
very cool experience.
Huge thank you to Peter and Brian for basically inviting us and letting us look
Yeah,
around
kind of letting
everything.
us into their life, really, and
Yes.
talking about
Very,
and
very unique person and very skilled and artistic person, and his wife paints too. I didn't really show you
I
guys
really,
everything,
like.
but
I could just live in their house too.
so cool. But like Mrs. Oster was saying, is basically their whole goal is sort of what we were sort of after too, is you make such a an interesting and you have so many things to do on your property that you almost don't have to travel. You don't have to leave your place for a vacation where you could have just a vacation at home. Like, they're putting in that pool, they have an outdoor kitchen, they just pretty much anything you want to do on vacation you can do at home. And you get to a certain age and you maybe don't want to travel as much, and so they're really setting themselves up well. So this used to be his log cabin business. He has since sold it, so it's under different management now, but
I think
it's
he's-
adjacent to his property.
Yeah.
But he has a full 30 acres there. He developed this whole, he had a quarter section here, 160 acres. So he has his home property. He sold off the other 130 acres. So very, very cool. And like I said, we lived here for 13 years, and he's on the other side of the lake, and we just never really, I'm sure if you could had a photographic memory, you could Rolodex everything, we'd probably cross paths
Oh,
at some
honestly,
time.
like we talked, and Peterson owns Elkridge, and just things that we've all like linked up. A friend of
like,
ours,
he did so much work up at Elkridge.
log
and-
homes and stuff like that. And our neighbors are all neighbors of the lake. He built their place and created furniture. But all in all, it was an amazing experience. I super, super loved being able to be part of it and get to just meet them and see what it's all about. But what is it all about? It's about being self-sufficient, I guess.
Yeah.
In where you're looking at what makes sense, and
It's nice to see someone else's thoughts on backup systems and if the power grid goes down, if this goes down, like what someone else's ideas, and especially someone like Peter, who's very well traveled and very skilled person, is like his water treatment and everything. He's got everything sort of figured out and mapped out. Sort of, we're part ways there ourselves too.
Yeah.
With you're trying to
having a garden, being a little self-sufficient, and also being aware that if something went wrong, because we don't know. I mean, when your phone dies and you go to replace it,
you hope nothing happens, but man, it just makes sense to plan a little bit, even a little bit.
So, all in all, that was a really awesome
Very cool
video, and love it. What else you got to say?
Love you guys.